Today's Monday Marketing Tea. What's going on? There really wasn't a ton going on. One piece that I did find particularly interesting is there was a study on current ChatGPT use. And I would have figured it would have been work, but it's actually personal, is the majority of use. So I'm guessing that's by user and not by resource necessarily. Um, Probably the heavy users are still business related, but most users are using it, as a replacement for Google to do personal assistant stuff. Very little coding, which, I can't imagine using ChatGPT for coding, so that didn't surprise me, but I think it would surprise some people. Do note that this is also only ChatGPT, so I wonder if it changes based on LLM. So if people using Perplexity or Claude might use it more for work versus ChatGPT, which has a free account and people just use it for everything. Still, it did surprise me. I don't know why. I guess it shouldn't. It's so trendy. And it's like a new default, right? It's a new Google. It's the new homepage. So people just use it for everything. Oh, yeah. So, okay. It's time for 2026. So it is December 1st. So I know lots of e-commerce people are trying to get those last sales in of the year. But for me, I'm kind of over it. I am over 2025. It was a year. Let's move on to 2026. I don't even know if I would categorize 2025 as bad. But it's been really fast, and I'm just ready for it to be done. So it's the best time to start planning for your metrics and your marketing, especially for quarter one of 2026. You always want to stay a little flexible, based on what's happening in the market, based on your workload and everything like that. But I like slowing down in Advent and New Year time. A lot of businesses do. Not all of them. Some of them are ready to move forward and go, but a lot of them like to slow down, and do some building on the business. So I would recommend taking the time now to sit down and be like, okay, what are my actual stats for this year? What was my workload? Where am I at? Where would I like to be? What data do I need to help me get there? It's always important to try to figure out what data you can get. Spock says hi. And then the last kind of reminder, more than anything. Oop, I'm moving the wrong thing. To run a business, you have to focus on the positive of people. Um, so that meaning you have to like your customers, you have to like your clients, you have to like your audience. You don't have to like everyone. Um, of course not. Um, but in order to effectively reach people, you have to do it from a place of, kindness and generosity. Otherwise, you're just condescending and telling them what to do and what to like and etc. And that just doesn't fly. It's not good business practice. It's not good in the current market either. Um, I read, it was a LinkedIn post yesterday. I think it was the new CEO of Kodak. I wasn't sure, honestly, if his take was right or not, but it was an interesting take. Um, Looking at how certain brands are failing in the market because people don't care enough about commercialism anymore. Um, People don't need to buy Nikes to look cool. Like, nobody cares. Um, you you have to have a good product. Um, I don't know that that's true or not. I would like that to be true. I liked what he said. Um, I like to think that people don't care as much about stuff. They're kind of speaking to my generation and lower, but mostly a little bit younger than me. Um, just seeing the hoarders of the previous generations and just not wanting to go that way. Um, there was the popularity of, I can't remember the name of the woman, but the one that was all about downsizing your stuff. And if it doesn't bring you joy, just get rid of it. Tiny houses, those are a thing. Um, so, some people, anyway, are less interested in having stuff just for the sake of having stuff. And I would like that to be real. Um, but people still need goods and services, and they still need good goods and services. So you really do have to focus on quality work and talking to where people are at. Tiny houses? Well, yeah, I mean, like the trends. I think there's a whole TV show. I don't really know because I don't really, but like the houses that are the size of like a room. Um, I'm not necessarily recommending living in one of those, although sometimes it's appealing. Um, just me and my library. Goodbye. But on that note, one of the things I'm going to do this month uh, is give myself and anyone who wants to participate a writing challenge of the week. One of my goals for this year was to be a better writer. I have no idea if I am or not. I certainly did more writing this year. Um, and that's important for becoming a better writer. Um, but I still need to work on it. I still need to write more. So, the writing challenge this week, in that vein of sympathizing with your target market. Write just a short scene, a little just day in the life moment of your target audience, not over your target audience, relating it to your product or service. So, what is that thing in that day that they experience when you would be top of mind, when you would want to be top of mind? What problem are you trying to solve? Where does it come up in their day-to-day life? You could use an actual customer. Sorry. You can, write it about a friend of yours or whatever. But it's just to help get in that mindset of what is going on in people's lives when they need you. So, that is my challenge of the week, and that is the news for this week. It really was. I feel like not very much was happening this week, which is okay. I've got plenty of other things to do today. So, there's some other things that you can do too. I'll see you back here next week. There's my Ko-Fi, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye.